Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 9, Week 4, Day 2. So today, of course, we have the Duergaroth faction, which, pretty average faction overall. Honestly, pretty much everything we're getting is pretty average this week, except for the troops yesterday. The troops actually weren't that bad. But we have the Duergaroth faction, not the most annoying, not the easiest either. But we're just doing the free battles, you know, doing up to all rewards, doing that for the 30 gem thing. So we have a little bit of enchant to speed us up. Gonna be getting a little bit deeper into the world event. Of course, this one's pretty straightforward this time around. We have extra damage to both skulls and magic, which is nice to see on any given week because that allows you to go any route. And this place can go any route. You do have scroll spam options, you have really good AoE options, even with Fairy Fire to make it even more damage, as this does stack with the other additional bonus damage. If I'm not mistaken, it stacks multiplicitly as well. So let's say you're doing 300, let's say you have like 3 times multiplier, you're doing 4 times total damage. That 4 times extra damage gets boosted by 50% to become 6 times extra damage. If I'm not mistaken, that is the interaction that it does. So basically, it takes your base value. This base value gets multiplied by all the medals you have set, so whatever that bonus percent is. Right now, I think ours is like 160% because we only have the 1. But then that total number gets multiplied by an additional 50%, so basically 150% depending on how you look at it. And yeah, and that becomes your final value. But you're getting a 50% extra onto that already multiplied value, so it's pretty solid, a lot of damage. You can also go to score out because there's some empowered skulls, but for earlier battles, it's definitely good to go to AoE. Actually, might as well even start with this. We're already in the screen, might as well start here. Anyways, hello everyone, hello Isabel, hello Gimli, hello Barbara, hello Roman, hello Bill, hello Nightmare, hello Tyrion, hello NASA, hello Renes, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go straight for Black Manacle, and we're good to go. We're still at the one-shot everything category. We are kind of still towards like the earlier ends, mostly because generally to get the stun across the guild, you really only need to buy to like tier 2. If every person buys into tier 2 on almost every world event week, as long as you're taking correct multiplier order, which this case is just it's just rarity order, so pretty straightforward. But as long as you're doing that across the guild, if everyone does tier 2, that is normally enough. Sometimes even tier 1, depending on how the scoring is enough for your entire guild to get it done. And if even a single person does more than that, which normally in this guild there are several, which is pretty convenient, it's even easier to end up getting done. If I'm not mistaken, Isabel's probably even on leaderboard. Almost. It requires 5,000 something. Well, there's a lot of multi-way ties. There's not much variation in the amount of points you get, oddly enough, this time around. Normally there is, so this time it's a really straightforward scoring compared to usual. Anyways, let's keep going. Hello, Cookie. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Crisp. Hello, Mister. Hope all you've been having a wonderful day and enjoyed the holiday if I didn't already get to see you the other nights. For any of you that celebrated. I still have leftover food, by the way. We probably will for another day or two. Like, it'll probably be Friday until we finish everything. I am pretty sure. Still got deviled eggs too. I'm surprised those survived all the way. Normally those are like one of the first things to go. Oh no, I haven't been eating as many deviled eggs lately. Like for holidays where I have them, I used to eat like so many of them. Nowadays, I don't feel like I eat that many. Like I'll have a few here or there. But like in the past, I would like down a dozen so easily. But I don't know. It's not that I don't like them. Like they're still really good. But I don't know, I've definitely gotten less of a taste for them over the years. You convert blue, right? Yeah, blue. So we want to target purple. We normally want to target red, but we already have a win, so we'll take that. Oh, or not, because he's going to keep reviving. Oh, no. Oh, no. Too bad he didn't devour the correct one, though luckily a skull got us covered off that little bit of destroy on that weapon. Oh, so this troop is an interesting one. It's a 0 attack troop, but of all the 0 attack troops, it's among one of the strongest ones. This and Fortress Gate, that one Dwarven Gate. Actually, is it called Dwarven Gate? Might be called, yeah, never mind, it's called Dwarven Gate. Why did I say Fortress? Fortress is the original one. But he's the original 0 attack one. But Wall of Tentacles and Dwarven Gate, they both have this mechanic where they give 5 magic to all other allies. This one also gives 2 magic. And 2 magic might not sound like a lot, but there are a lot of instances where that's actually really good due to how much you're spamming it. Because you're spamming it so much to actually recast your abilities. A lot of times that you are using it, if you're using like a triple of them, that you're getting like 6 magic per cycle, which definitely adds up. It's not like a super huge amount of magic, but 6 additional if you're doing something that's hitting all enemies. It's 24 every single time you cycle. So it definitely gets quite far as how much damage it can do. Like even with something like Black Manacles, it's gonna be 24 damage per cycle through. And after 3 casts, you have full mana on it, then you cast it and then you do it over again. It's a mechanic that's a little slow, but it reminds me a lot of Finesse. Triple Finesse can basically just keep looping over and over again. You have to sacrifice your turn each time, but you know, it never runs out of mana as long as the enemy doesn't mana drain you. And that gate does the same thing, or I should say those vines. Dwarven Gate also does it. Dwarven Gate mostly does it with Tesla, though. If you're doing that, you're normally doing it down the Tesla route, which is really, really strong. Oh, also, I just realized, a lot of things in this place actually are going to have a lot of extra bonuses this week, aren't they? That's going to be slightly annoying once we hit the later end. Like, we're already losing hero, gosh. We're at, like, the low end right now, and we're still losing hero. Do I not have alignment on blue right now? This is extremely unfortunate if we don't. Because ideally what we want to do here is convert, like, red or purple into the color that we need. The only problem right now is we can't do that. Okay, I guess we'll just take this for now. Get a little bit of mana going. If he does a Death Mark, that'd be super unfortunate. Still looking for red or purple, and we do indeed have purple. Ideally, we want red, though, so we can get the extra turn from I almost said Phoenicia. Queen Titania. Let's see, that is enough red. The only problem is we are 1 red short, but it doesn't even matter because we have the other one there, and we're good to go. I'll take the Calthrix one. Actually, we should probably take the easier of the epic ones, because they do seem like a couple of them are a little bit more annoying than the others. I say that because this is one of the easier ones. And if the one we just took, if that wasn't epic, then that one's one of the harder ones. It might have been the legendary one, though. Wasn't actually lucky when we went into the battle. Because this one's definitely towards the easier side. There's basically no threat on the opposing team currently. So definitely the kind of one we want to see. Though also their stats are so low right now that they also just die in one shot. Oh no, we ran out. Wait, did we even get a Valraven? Oh no, we're out of battles already. Oh well. Anyways, let's go focus on the faction. So I mentioned the factions on the Monday video, as we always do. We mentioned the higher one. Though you can go Iron Gut Zugoth. I actually forgot that was a coloration for this one. But yeah, you can go Iron Gut Thrall, Zugoth Leprechaun, or, you know, any other variant of Iron Gut Zugoth that you wish to go for the deeper end. However, for the earlier end, we do have access to the almighty Guard's Avatar. Honestly, I would almost say Guard's Avatar is worth crafting. I think on the last tier list... Oh yeah, we still need to cover tier lists for that. Speaking of things we need to do, we need to go cover like a billion tier lists. I really want to do that soon. Soon, TM. Actually, the anniversary of this channel is coming up. Maybe I need to go pre-record some stuff for that. Ooh. But anyways. Where were we? Let me go grab, actually, that'd be a good idea. Like, every tier list I've been meaning to cover, I should go get them, like, all recorded and drop them all on, or maybe not all on the same day, but, you know, like, near that Saturday. Maybe, like, Friday, Saturday. That would actually work out pretty nice. Or we drop, like, maybe the class one on Friday, and then the all-mythic one on Saturday. And then future ones at some point in the future. Because those are the main two I'm pretty sure most people are interested in. There's a lot of other ones we could do, though, for various things within the game. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to paste the team I literally just copied into the correct location. Let me go do that. Let's see. Let's go to Duergaroth. Yeah, this is a very average faction. It did bring that, like, stone mechanic kind of thing to the game. However, it doesn't really do it that well. I really hope we get a better stone option. Or if this place gets more options, maybe we'll get some other kind of option. Also, this reminds me a lot of Puzzle Quest 2. Because some of the boards there had, like, these block things at the bottom. Honestly, I felt like they had a lot more of an impact in that game. Gems of War does not really make much... Which is what I was kind of just talking about, too. But Gems of War doesn't really make much use of these block gems. Like, I was hoping that this kingdom, prior to it being released, would have been like this big, like, oh, block gems are going to be a mechanic now. However, this kingdom came, or this faction, and block usage hasn't gone up, like, at all. Like, there isn't really any way currently to do a block build, which would be kind of cool, because block build really heavily denies double converters. It is super good against double converters, like, better than bomb gems ever will be, because bomb gems are really hit or miss, and normally missed. Like, they're going to be, like, trying to use bomb gems as a block gem just won't work in most situations, because you just need one good explode and then they get all the value in the world. But, I don't know, block gems have a lot of potential if they actually make them, like, good. Like, you just need something that spawns a lot of them without destroying anything on the board. Like, something that creates, like, 5 to 10 block gems. Ideally closer to 10. At least, like, an 8. Or maybe, like, a mythic that is closer to 10 for a high mana cost. because that would absolutely cripple double convert teams if they don't have any explode. The big issue with that is, of course, if you're up against any amount of explosion, like Leprechaun, Thrall, almost everything in existence, then it doesn't quite work out. But if you're up against like a Divine Spell or Quillen double converter team, or, you know, any other double converter team in existence, it'd be pretty good. One other thing that it could potentially counter is Zugaf teams that don't run explode. So, for example, double empower Zugaf teams. It would hard counter that. And a few other things. It'd be kind of decent. Oh, happy birthday, Logic Slayer. Do you want to sing happy birthday to you? Let me know. We shall do it whenever you want. If you want it. But yeah, happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday today. You crafted in range Carandera yesterday? Nice. Now I have one boss troop left to get. The one that takes 8 major orbs of ascension. Oh yeah, that one's actually not too bad. It's basically like Lord of Slaughter, but weaker. So it's an okay alternative. It's like the Lord of Slaughter you get before you get Lord of Slaughter, and then you like forever never use it again once you actually have Lord of Slaughter. The only really big benefit to it is as a Lord of Slaughter like ability while having Impervious. However, if you're looking for something like that, oddly enough, the troop that came in Glory Troops or in Event Keys this week actually kind of does that, because like if we compare it, what's its name? Ascendant? Isn't it called Ascendant? It uses Ascension Orbs. I would assume it's Ascendant. Hatter Ascendant. So, no, it's actually not. Scroll Reborn. Wait, why does the one... No. Also, I spelled Scroll Reborn wrong. But, wait, was this the... I can't remember what resource needed for both. Oh, maybe it was the other one. No, this one's the one that was actually good. Never mind. But he actually has a very similar ability to the troop that came out yesterday. The one that does the... This one, you know, the one, the Urvasha Ka, who has the converted color to Doom Skull and then does the extra a little bit. He has a very similar mechanic to that. Though unless you're referring to the other one, which you might actually be, in which case he's very useless. Let's see, is it the other one? That's not the right one. Oh no, it is the other one. Never mind. This guy's completely useless. But yeah, I see why you haven't crafted him yet. But I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday, Logic Slayer. You've had a great day so far? Great to hear. But if you want us to sing happy birthday to you, we'll go do it now or a little later. Okay, anyways, what were we doing? My mind's just going all over the place. Let's go. We did that. Let's go and keep doing faction. Oh, I don't even have the right setup for faction right now. Let me go change that. We want to be using pure armor because we're doing Guard's Avatar. In the case of both Arwayne and Guard's Avatar, you get more damage from doing armor. Actually, in the case of Guard's Avatar, I believe it's the same damage either or. However, the reason you want to do armor is because you're getting extra value. Because if you just set magic, the only thing you're getting is magic. But if you set to armor, you're not only getting the same amount of damage, but you're also getting, you know, durability on every single one of your troops. So even though Guard's Avatar gets the same damage from having magic or armor gain when it comes to the metal specifically, it is actually better to set to armor, as even though they both do the same damage, the armor also, you know, gives you armor. So that's beneficial to everything on your team. Unless you had something on your team that just really, really also wanted to have more magic for whatever reason. This team, that's not really so much. We mostly just want to make sure our hero doesn't die, so armor works out nice. But for these earlier battles, might not matter much. Oh, we can sing it whenever? Let's sing it right now, then. Let's go hand out a code right now for Logic Slayer's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Logic Slayer. Happy birthday to you. Now let's go get you a code. Anyways, hope you had a wonderful birthday. She said you did, so that sounds great. Let me go get you guys a code then. Actually, we'll even hand out 2 codes for Logic Slayer's birthday. We'll hand out one now and one a little bit later. If it'll ever load. 1 second. I probably shouldn't have clicked that. Oh no. I did not restart the computer before the stream. And the slow one wants to be slow. Okay, let me go play a little. Let's see. There we go. That one's... Okay, now it's working. Just gotta give it a few seconds. Just has to process what it wants to do. 1 second. Okay. I got the code in my copy paste. Now I just need to actually get it to you guys so you guys can see it. Let's see. We're almost there. Okay, the next one I'm going to have to paste directly in the chat. These other things being way too slow right now. Okay, it's doing the loading bar. It'll get there. It'll get there. Oh, now it says not responding. Good job. How is it being like so slow all of a sudden? I don't understand that sometimes. I don't know. Like, two things using the internet at once shouldn't really bog it down that much. But for whatever reason, whenever I start streaming, like even if it was doing perfectly fine beforehand, it just loves to lag spike, like as I'm streaming. Which shouldn't be a thing. Because it's not like we're like pressuring our internet too much by doing that. It's more so the other computer just being slow. It's kind of weird whenever we stream, it acts like that. Okay, I will get this code to you guys if it'll ever respond. I can see it right now, so worst comes to worst, I could just copy paste it, but it is currently like white screen, not responding, literally frozen state currently. Which hopefully it'll repair from any moment now. Actually, I can't even see chat right now because it's blocking me. Well, I can always look at the other chat. There we go. You had a steak to celebrate? Nice. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had steak for a while. There's actually a really good steak place by me called New York Prime. It is so absurdly expensive, and I'm pretty sure it got even more expensive due to the pandemic and everything. However, yeah, it's been ages since I ate there. Gosh, I think it's been almost a decade. But I only ever ate there 3 times. But it was the best steak I've ever had, ever. Like, literally ever. Like, not even close, ever. It's also where I had the best lobster bisque ever. Like, not even close. Like, it is, like, definitively miles above anything I ever had. Though you can expect to pay, like, 50 to 100 per person there. Like, it is not cheap. But it is definitely the best steak and lobster bisque I've ever had. Oh, there you guys go. There is the redeem code used in chat. I mean, used in chat. It is in chat. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found in your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. And give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 500 gold. And because it's Logic Slayer's birthday, we'll hand out another one later. That's the one for his birthday. We'll hand out the normal one in a bit. Probably once we finish out the faction. And then we'll do a little bit of mimic grinding, because that number hasn't really been moving up. We haven't been able to grind much, though we have almost all the weeklies done at this point. Because the only thing we have for this weekend is Bounty Hunter, and that takes like, what, 2-3 hours? That's not too bad. And then the rest of the time we can just spend grinding mimics. Because I feel like on average it's been taking us like, what, 2.5 hours to get done Bounty Hunter. It is sometimes slower, it depends on what the final fight is. Some weeks it's a lot easier, some weeks it's a nightmare. The most nightmare it ever was somehow there was double Glaceon on it once. Which is not only a legend, but a super tanky legend. That is also super lethal. That was probably the most annoying bounty hunter to ever exist. Or not maybe, it literally was. There was never anything harder than the double Glaceon. I think it was a glitch, because normally there's not even legends there, let alone double of the same legend. That was a nightmare for a bounty hunter week. Hello, Lester. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Imperial for the NRC, huh? Oh yeah, the PC is definitely on life support. It'll be 9 years old in, not the one we're using right now, but the side one. The side computer will be 9 years old in a few months. I feel like by like the 10-year mark, I should probably look into a replacement. There is a possibility at some point in the next year or two I might replace my current setup with, you know, a nice brand new one. And then make my current computer I'm using, the laptop, my secondary computer. Like, make the one that we're using now our secondary computer. But we'll see. It's just a big investment for something that doesn't really need to be upgraded. Like, our side computer, kind of. But, like, our main setup's perfectly fine for what we do. Especially since I don't normally play any, like, super graphically intense games. This laptop could probably handle it. Though, it wouldn't be the best at doing it compared to some setups. But it would be, you know, adequate. Like, we could still do a 1080, 30 stream off of it, most likely. Which happens first? Tassis Mythic tier list or Gems of War balance patch? Oh, definitely our Mythic tier list. I was just saying, I'll probably do it this weekend for the 6-year anniversary of this channel. Question, you stated that you have a keyboard joystick that goes to a certain place on the screen after you use it. So, do you click faster when you farm? No, I do not have something that goes to a certain place. because you can't really use macros in this game. Otherwise, it will be detected as bot detection. So what I do is, why it looks like it snaps is because of a controller setup. For whatever reason, when you use controller, if you switch between controller and mouse, it defaults the mouse to the middle of your screen, which is why it looks like it's snapping. Because that is snapping, because it's just a default for when a mouse input starts, is it starts at the middle of the screen. However, you can't actually use macros on this game. Or at least you're not supposed to. But the bot detection would probably pick it up. But no, what we end up using is a secondary controller. Normally a Switch controller. But it can be done with any controller at all. And basically you just use mouse while using the other controller connected to the game. And you basically spam confirm, which is either the A button or whatever the confirm button is on your given controller that you have hooked up. And then you just do that for a lot of the menus. And then use mouse for everything that's quicker to do mouse. Lately I've just been doing only mouse. But I don't know, if we really want to try hard speed, we will go both a mouse and controller setup. Because that's one of the quickest ways to play the game. The absolute quickest is just to be very, very quick with a touchscreen, which can only be done on the Switch version or the mobile version. But the next quickest is using a combination of mouse and keyboard. I mean, mouse and controller. And the reason I normally use a Switch Joy-Con for it is because it's a one-handed controller. And most controllers are not one-handed, they're two-handed. So it works very well because you need one hand on the mouse and one hand on the controller. So a one-handed controller works very well in that particular situation. What do we even need here? I'll take a skull and that should kill him out. Yeah, we haven't streamed like that for a while. Mostly because the game isn't too well optimized for some controllers, and it starts to bog down the game with lag sometimes if we use it for a prolonged amount of time. But it's really good if we really want to super optimize the time we spend. It's not that much slower just doing mouse only. Especially after how much playtime we have, we kind of just know where to click immediately, always. So it doesn't take that long to do it with the mouse. But it is still quicker to do it with the other setup. It's just a lot to think about as you're doing it. Your fingers start hurting a little while on the phone, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't play on my actual phone. Like, I have sometimes while on vacation. But, it's such a small screen. It is such a small screen. Like, my fingers can't properly play. If I had it on, like, a tablet, it probably could. Well, on, like, a normal-sized phone screen, my fingers are too big for that. I already misclick sometimes with how small this input is. When I do it on like a small screen, I'm hitting like 4 gems at once. What happened to the Mythic Troop video from 2019? Or the Mythic Team video, or whatever that was. Yes, as NASA mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. The YouTube algorithm gods will bless the stream if you leave a like. Hey, we got a Vow Raven there. If anyone's still any other questions anyone want to go over, do let me know. If I'm not mistaken, can you set up a Bluetooth controller to a phone? I've never tried doing that, but I'm pretty sure you can. As long as the controller itself has Bluetooth compatibility. As well as the game that you're playing it for. But I'm pretty sure you can do that. I've never personally tried, but I'm pretty sure you can. Only problem is I'm pretty sure the mobile version is as clunky as the PC version if you're playing it with controller only. Because there's slightly less functionality when you do it on PC and mobile compared to if you do it on an actual console. I'm not sure why, but there is. Which makes it a little bit more annoying to play controller only on PC. Or mobile, assuming it can be done. Yeah, it depends a lot on... Yeah, Jim, the problem is on PC Mobile, it has partial controller support, not full controller support. So some things are kind of clunky when you try using a controller on PC Mobile. That isn't an issue on console versions, but it is on the PC Mobile version. Because it handles controller a lot differently than the console versions for whatever reason. Which is weird, because the console versions work perfectly fine with a controller. But the PC Mobile version is very weird, even if you use the same controller that you would have on one of the other platforms. I'm not sure why that is, but it is how it is. Have you had a chance to look at the next month's Mythic yet? I don't think I have. I normally try to wait a little bit closer, though it is kind of close. It's in like, what, 2 weeks from now? I think maybe take a peek at it. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at it yet. I don't believe I have. If I did, it might have been super irrelevant and I just forgot about it. Because sometimes I do look at a Mythic and then I see what it is and it's like, oh, I've looked at this. Yeah, that's kind of useless. But I can go look at it real quick. I don't recall it, so it's either really bad or I didn't look at it yet. It's one or the other. We'll take a quick peek at it. It's close enough. The problem is, I don't like looking at troops too early because sometimes they get reworked and I tend to memorize them as whatever I first look at them as. Let's see, where even is it? Wait, how many things are we getting on that Monday? Wait, what? Oh no, I was looking at something else. Okay, so here's the new Mythic, I believe, right? Yes, that's indeed a Mythic. Oh, isn't that based on some kind of mythology thing? What is that? That looks so familiar to me. Isn't this based on something? This is definitely based on something. It looks like a Golvania one based on that. Let's see. The Gemini. It's a Mythic Golvania Undead Mystic. 24 mana costs. Twin sign. It steals magic +1 life from the 2 weakest enemies, then inflicts curse and 3 stacks of bleed on them. Its final trait is give 8 life to all purple allies when matching purple gems, with some spell reduction and the standard undead trait. That seems kind of bad. It has a Suna problem. Is the main thing I see with it. It's basically Suna with different words and image. Because it's basically just Suna. It's just Suna with a different mechanic. Which Suna is kind of underwhelming. It's like around C tier or so. It's basically just Suna. Actually, Suna even has lower mana costs. It steals life from the 2 weakest enemies. And then steals 8 magic from the 2 strongest enemies. This thing does deals pretty much the exact same amount of life from the 2 weakest enemies, which is exactly what Suna does, literally. Quite literally. Like, that first part of the ability is the exact same, but she has 4 higher mana costs. But instead of stealing 8 magic from both of them, she inflicts curse and 3 stacks of bleed, which, personally, I would say stealing magic is better. So, comparatively, I never thought I would say this, but Suna is stronger. Words I never thought I would say. But, yeah, Suna's stronger. She has a 4 lower mana cost. She technically has a better final trait, even though it's generally pretty underwhelming. But it's better than what they have. So, long story short, it's a pretty bad Mythic. Because even Suna is better than it, and I consider Suna to be pretty bad. Though it's still usable. But, comparative to Suna, it is basically, like, D tier. I think it might be C tier because you can kind of use it in some, like, weird lifesteal teams. If anything, it makes my perspective of Suna slightly better. Because Suna is literally stronger than it. If I'm not mistaken, Suna used to be like a 24 and she got dropped down to 20 as a buff one time? I can't remember if that was actually a thing or if she's always been 20. I could have sworn she got buffed though. Like that buff wasn't enough to like super move her from being viable. But it's better than that thing. But yeah, long story short, it's a pretty bad Mythic. Like it's basically just weaker Suna that happens to reside in Golvania. I guess the only upside is you do get double curse. So if your team is very dependent on stats effects, you get curse as well as the bleed doing damage over time. It's less damage and you'll likely get out of Suna. But if your team specifically needs that double curse, I guess it could kind of work out. But you're already hitting them so hard that you probably won't need it. Is the card the Lovers from the Nexus Kingdom? I can't remember. It is in drop table though, if it is from Nexus, because the Nexus Troop was added to the game. The Nexus Tarot card. It's in the Valky drop table right now. But is that the one from Nexus? I believe it is. You can check in your unowned as well. Yes, this is from Nexus. And yes, it is in the Valky drop table. So if you open Valky's right now, while it is very unlikely you will specifically get it. We got the moon the other day. But it is possible that you can get it. Though do keep in mind it is exceedingly unlikely that you will get it. But if you open Valky's right now, it is theoretically possible to get the moon. I mean, not the moon, to get the, this is what we got the other day, to get the Lovers. But yes, you can get the Lovers in the drop table right now. It was added about a month or two ago. I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, it's been in the drop table for at least a month or two now. So if you didn't get it from the paid pass 4 months ago or 5 months ago, yeah, 5 months ago. If you didn't get it from the paid pass 5 months ago, it is in the drop table. Somewhere's in there. It might take you like hundreds upon thousands of Valky's, but somewhere's in there is the Lovers. It's not really useful for anything though, because a lot of tarot cards lately haven't been getting any purpose, and the troop itself is pretty useless. But if you need it for like kingdom upgrading, it is it is in drop table. Hopefully they'll make it easier to target specific tarot cards soon though, because it is really hard to get the exact tarot card you want if you're missing only a few, because there's no way to target them down. Like we got the moon the other day, and who knows, if we needed like, let's say the sun, we could get another like 10 tarot cards that we don't need before we finally get a drop of it. Maybe even more. Because there's a lot of tarot cards now. I think there's like 8 or 9 to drop table now or something. Can't remember the exact number, but the number's starting to go way up there. So getting an exact specific one that you need becomes increasingly harder. Like that wasn't too bad when there wasn't as many tarot cards, but you know, as time goes on, that number keeps getting bigger and bigger, making it increasingly harder to target the right one. Wait, do they both explode green? They do. Should have probably chose a slightly different weapon. We could have done like a green-blue that explodes something else, like brown. I was thinking that because of the elemental weapon, but then I just ended up opting for that one when I showed it for the video thingy. But I think it might have been slightly more optimal to do the brown explode, so that we have one that explodes green and one that explodes brown, just to give us a wider range. Because right now both of them explode green. Which isn't normally too big a deal, but it can be a problem occasionally, depending on how unlucky we get. Also, once we finish out this faction, we'll go hand out another code. We handed out one earlier because it was Logic Slayer's birthday. Definitely make sure to say happy birthday to him, if he's still here. I think he is. And yeah, we'll hand out another code once we finish out this faction then. The Emperor will be in the drop key vault table. Which one was the Emperor again? Was he from the previous season? No, the Emperor should already be in the drop table. The only one I think that is not in the drop table is the Fool. That and the one from this season, obviously. But I believe the Fool and the one from this current season, which the one from this current season is not even available by any means currently. It won't be for a couple weeks, and then it will only be available for paid. And it'll be like months before it's available in the thing. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, only the tarot card from this season and the Fool. Or I believe the only two not in drop table, unless I'm forgetting of a third. But I believe those are the only two. So every other tarot card in existence is in the Valky drop table. The likelihood of getting it is exceedingly unlikely, but they are there. Only the Fool in the current season one is not there. And the Fool was, of course, last season's tarot card. Because the one that came before that was the other seasons, which that was already added to drop table, and the Lovers, which has been the drop table also for a couple months now. Oh no, he got submerged. Luckily, that's why we have this guy here. If I'm not mistaken, he does double tap when there's only one left, on top of a skull spam, which makes him really good for cleaning. Because I believe it's 2 random enemies, right? Or something like that, which allows them to double poke. Yeah, 2 random enemies. Like some things will hit like 2 enemies in like first or last, or you know, like the first 2 or something like that. But with specific wording of 2 random, it will double tap when there's only one left. There are a few that do, a few that don't. He's one of them under the category that do. Which is really good for finishing off one resummon, because not only does he double tap them, but this skull spam also hits them. Meaning that pretty much everything that revives off a single summon after you do a guard's avatar cast will die to a follow-up of Cirqua and Hadley. At least generally speaking. We'll take that so we get the blue, because we're actually just going to kill him off this explode. And by kill him with this explode, I mean leave him with 1 HP. Oh no, I could have won, but he survived with 1 single HP. What a fail. Now we regain some merge. Double fail. Triple fail. Quad fail. Let me just go take a poke at him. Actually, I could probably kill it off the thing, but well. Oh, sorry, Isabel, what did you mention? Are there any, you meant any, I'm pretty sure. Any chips you like to dip, and what dip? I'd probably say Lay's, like those harder lay chips. They're called Lay's, right? Yeah, I think the brand is called Lay's. Like those, like, what are those like wavy Lay's chips called? Don't they have a proper name? The one like all the grooves on it? Like that with any cheese sauce dip. There's one really particular one that I always like. It has one of those like can seals on it, on the top. One of those like pull ones, not the ones that you actually need a can opener for. What is that called? But yeah, those Lay's chips with the grooves with, I can't remember the brand name. It's like a can about this high, like a few inches tall. It has one of those like lids on it that are almost like a can opener lid, but you can just pull off the thing and it just comes off. Gosh, why can I not remember the brand of that cheese? It's so good. It's like the cheese I always get with them if I am gonna get chips and dip. I haven't had chips and dip for a while though, because if I do, I'll eat like the whole bag, and that is very problematic for weight gain and health. Because I can easily down like an entire cheese dip in an entire bag in one sitting, which is extremely unhealthy. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Oh yeah, Utz cheese dip. I believe that's the one. Wait, is it? Utz might not be the exact one. It's a different brand than Utz. There's like 2 brands. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'll go find it. Because there's a couple different brands, and there's one that's like really good. I don't think it was Utz. That's not how you spell Utz. Let's see, Utz. Is this the one? Gosh, how many different products do they have? I didn't even realize they had anything other than that. Oh yeah, oh no, it's Fritos. It's this one. That's the one, this one right here. Oops, I did not mean to go to a buy website. I just want to see its thing. Oh, never mind. That's the advertisement. Yeah, not this one. This one I don't like as much. Though I do like the jalapeno one in this. It's the Fritos one. That's the one. There it is. I like how they're advertising over top the other thing so they have priority. That's kind of funny. But this one's the one. Though Utz is pretty good. But this one right here. It's literally the first advertisement too. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that brand. That exact one right there. I'm trying to find a normal image. Is this the one? Why does that look like the same? That's definitely the one, though. That thing right there. That one. Apparently, it's $3.27 at Walmart right now. Anyways, but yeah, that one. That one's my favorite when it comes to cheese dips. That's just good, though. But I like that brand more. A free advertisement for some big corporation of the day. Sponsored by Fritos cheese dip. No. Why have Utz when you can have Fritos? They're both good though. I like the Utz jalapeno one. Like if I'm gonna get Utz, it has to be the jalapeno one, which is weird because I normally don't want it. The problem with I find with Utz is I don't feel like it has enough flavor, but their jalapeno one has more of a kick, so it kind of works out better. Like I feel like their normal one is too bland. Like when I'm on a cheese dip, their normal one tastes almost like watered down or something, but their jalapeno one like tastes really good because there's more of a kick to it. But I feel like their cheese one like lacks flavor or something. I don't know, it's missing something. Like it just feels very underwhelming a lot of the time. Let's see, we'll take that over. Like I feel like I need to use more of the cheese to get the same result as some other brands. Mostly the Fritos one. Or maybe that's just a ploy for them to sell more dip. Let's see, I'll take this one. Do you know the 12 zodiac signs? I know they exist. I definitely cannot name all 12 of them. I know Scorpio is one, because I am one. But no, I forget them all. If nothing else, Animal Crossing tried to reteach me them because they were needed to craft the 12 celestial items. There's 12 zodiac item things. But no, I completely forget them off the top of my head. I haven't played Animal Crossing in months. Actually, has it been closer to a year now, realistically? It's been a while. Oh, then again, we played it a bunch for the DLC thing, though. But, yeah, I completely forget what the 12 are called. And the only thing recently that's tried to reteach me was Animal Crossing. Because they are the names of some of the Zodiac items. Obviously, because they're based on the 12 Zodiac things. It'll go well on 420, I know, right? Oh yeah, it's 420 tomorrow, I didn't even realize. I don't personally celebrate. I don't smoke anything, don't do any drugs, or nothing like that. I don't mind people that would, though. At least that, anyways. Like, I couldn't stand a smoker. But something like that, I wouldn't really mind as much. Though it is illegal in my state, yet people still do it, which I do not like. I'm very big on following the law. Even if the law doesn't make sense. Let's see. But yeah, it still classes like a high tier drug in this state. I forgot how high. But higher than it should be, that's for sure. Like, you get caught with it, you're in jail kinda high. Quite literally, get it high? But you know what I mean. Let's see. Go take that over. Take that out, and we're good to go. Are we on East Coast? Yes. Oh, did we finish all the battles? There we go. Nice. Alright, let's go hand out a second code. Yeah, the one was for Logic Slayer's birthday. Yeah, we got the little purple as well. And this one is our normal code. I'm just going to post it into chat because my other computer's being a bit laggy right now. And it might take me like 2 minutes to do it by normal means. However, if I do it that way, boom, it's already in chat. And there you guys go. There's the other code. No link with it, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys know how to use it by now. Give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And as per usual, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated for the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, so let's go grind some mimics for the rest of the time. I want to make that number go up by 1. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but gotta at least grind it a little. It's never gonna move up if we don't grind any. So we are Shaw Hunt a little. Oh, that's not the team I want, though. It is definitely not the team I want. Let me go get one that we do want. Mostly Zugoff. Good old Zugoff. And of course, we'll have another code tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're getting just a repeat pet. I wish they would do on the weekend one of those older Easter pets. We didn't get any of the past Easter ones this year so far. Not sure if they're still planning on, though it's kind of already late if they do. Like if they're gonna have like a mid-March or early March, or sorry, Wednesday March, I mean May. Like Easter pet dropping from last year, that'd be a little bit late. And I don't believe this weekend has one, which is kind of unfortunate. Those things are so sporadic when they come back, the old holiday pets. I think they sold one of them during the thing. But obviously, I'm pretty sure most people don't buy the pets that way. Plus, that's a lot. I think it was in like a $10 bundle. Like, they can at least do it for like a cheaper one, like a $1 one or something. Or $2 one. Like, some of those pets that you can get on the weekly thing only cost $2, I think. But I don't think you can get past cosmetic pets that way. I think you can only get the non-cosmetic pets that way. I'm not 100% certain. Because I normally just ignore it. I normally just completely ignore whatever the offer is. Let's see, I'll take that over. Oh gosh, what happened on Discord today? Did you see the hoopla in your Discord today? No, what happened? I did not. I really should check it more. Someone posted an OnlyFans link? Oh gosh. You can get the cosmetic pets for only... Okay, you can get them. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure. I thought you could, but I couldn't confirm. But, okay, that is actually not that bad. Like, $2 for an old cosmetic pet you don't have. That might be, like, one of the few microtransactions, I would say. If I didn't already have all of them, I would maybe go for. Because $2 for a pet you don't have, that's specifically the old cosmetic one, is actually An okay offer. Yo, that's definitely going to add up if you're missing a lot of them. If you're only missing a few, that actually wouldn't be that bad at all. Wasn't OnlyFans supposed to become, like, not a spicy website? And then there was so much backlash that they're like, never mind, we're not doing that at all. I found that funny. They basically were going to give up their entire business model and then realize, wait, we'll be out of business if we give up our entire business model. We should probably reconsider. Which I found absolutely hilarious. Because I'm pretty sure they're still doing the normal thing they always do, right? But I know they had like a big controversy where they were going to become clean. And then like the whole business would have like fallen apart because that's like 99% of what it's used for. Let's see. That'd be like if Twitter banned politics on its website. Like Twitter would die within a day. Maybe not completely, but like such a huge portion of it. Let's see. Let's see. Do you make a channel then? A channel for what? I need a not safe for work channel in the Discord? No. That would be funny though. I feel like there are several Discords that do have a section for it. I don't feel like I would ever have one though. The Tacit After Dark channel. You ignored the chocolate bunny, no way you'd pay 2k plus to max it. True. Yeah, there are a lot of gems to max, so you don't need to max them. Just having a single copy is good. Like most cosmetic pets, you don't need to max. The only reason I maxed that one we had the other week for the chocolate bunny was because of the kingdom upgrade. Like you didn't need to max it. Like you could just, you know, taken your copy and moved on. But the only reason I did it was for the Pan's Veil upgrade, which is something you don't need to worry about until way later in the game. Mobarashi willing to pay for such a channel? Are you saying we should make an OnlyFans? No, that would never happen. I could never see myself doing that. I wonder if there are any big YouTubers that do bother doing that, though. That'd be kind of funny if they did. I feel like most bigger YouTubers make so much money that it would never cross their mind to do something like that, because they would net lose money by doing something so controversial than they would from actually making money from it. Have you done all your factions with potions? Yes. No. I did 2 of them potionless. One easy one, which was the Crypt, and one hard one, which is Hall of Guardians. Crypt is one of the easiest ones to do in the game. Hall of Guardians is one of the hardest ones. All factions are getting increasingly easier as time goes on because of extra stats and other mechanics, like power gems. But, yeah, the hardest one we did was Hall of Guardians back at, like, the peak difficulty of doing Hall of Guardians with no potions. Crypt wasn't that bad, though, because all you had to do was get lucky with insta-kill. And if you ran in enough time, you would get lucky enough to just auto-win. Do I know if there's a doppelganger of me in the world? Is there? That'd be kind of funny if there was. I always kind of wonder that if there'd be like someone who's like almost looks exactly like you. Like statistically, there has to be like someone who has to look pretty similar. That should have been the Monday video about Chocolate Bunny. Been so out of it, you would love done it. Wait, what? Oh, you mean mentioning that the thing should have been upgraded? I honestly didn't realize it until the stream. I can't remember who mentioned it. Was it Tarian? But someone mentioned it on stream, and then I realized, like, oh yeah, duh. That obviously makes sense. Because I actually forgot that at the time, like when we were doing the Monday video, that Pan's Veil would have needed the pet for an upgrade. Like, I knew it was coming on Wednesday, I just forgot that Pan's Veil specifically needed it. I would have mentioned it on Monday if I would have remembered. Because that was actually something pretty relevant last week. It's not too big a deal, but like super ultra endgame players, it's pretty beneficial. If you did end up missing it, we're likely getting another Pan's Veil one at some point. The only problem is you might be behind 1 star at some point, but we don't really know. Hey, every person has at least 1 doppelganger. I've seen some people that somewhat look like me. I've also had it said many times that some people like sound like me. Though sometimes people give proof of that and I don't hear it at all. Like I've gotten a couple links to like people who've like linked other YouTubers that sound like me. And honestly, I don't see it or hear it, I should say. Like they don't sound anything like me. Or at least I don't feel like they do. I guess other people somewhat sound similar. But like I've heard every single one people have mentioned in the past and not a single one actually like sounded that much like me. Oh, I'll take that one over. Will Tacit do cameo? Isn't that one of those things where you kind of just like do voice lines or like things for people when you're like ultra famous? We would never be at that point. You have to be like absurdly famous to do anything on Cameo, I'm pretty sure. But that's what I think it is. It's basically like to get a famous person to do like a one-liner for you or something similar. Or I assume that's what their business model is. I've never used it before. The last I recall, that's what that Cameo is. Like if you wanted Will Smith to like shout out happy birthday to you, that'll cost you like 10,000 bucks or something. Oh no, I'm pretty sure that's what Cameo is used for. Something along those lines. Let's see, what do we need here? Take that over. Why is this board so bad? We could actually lose if we're not careful. Well, yeah, we might actually like legitimately lose. Oh yeah, duh. Why did I mention Will Smith? I guess this is because that's like the only celebrity I could think of. But yeah, isn't he still in hot water for what he did? I think I was like in my brain I was thinking Will.i.am, but I said Will Smith for whatever reason. Because Will.i.am's the rapper guy, isn't he? That's what I meant to say. Like that's who I was thinking in my brain, but said someone else. Oh, we don't. Oh, we do. Never mind. The red came in play perfectly. I was gonna say we don't have a movement for that. Like moments like that, if there wasn't an option there, or moments I wish we had like a mythic peasant. There are so many things they could do if they made that viable, and I'm still holding out that they will eventually do it. Make a mythic peasant, like literally just peasant's ability, but give it a follow-up that's so absurdly good. It'd also be nice just to see a low mana cost mythic. We do not have that many low mana cost mythics. I think the lowest one is like that fortress thing at like 16 or something. Like we need a 10 mana cost mythic. It'd be a fun mechanic because the biggest issue that a lot of mythics have, that pretty much all mythics share as an issue, is they have a very high mana cost. Because not counting the gates, the lowest mythic mana cost is 20. That one outlier, which doesn't even have that good of ability. It's mostly used for its traits because it has that one invulnerable troop plus sturdy, which makes it very tanky to anything that isn't a tower slayer. Problem is it dies instantly to a tower slayer. The mutant peasant. Well, I don't mean it has to be literally a peasant. I mean the ability of peasant. It doesn't have to be like a peasant-like troop. It could literally be something else completely. I mean more so the mechanic. I was like, hello, Riot House. Welcome, welcome, welcome. When's the last time we've gotten a treasure mimic? A couple days ago. Though we also haven't really been farming much the last 2 days. Or at least yesterday, anyways. Because yesterday, the only thing we did was, actually, didn't we get one on Sunday night? We might have. But I know yesterday all we did was the chapter tasks and, the world event. And today half this stream was spent, doing the faction. Corrupted Peasant. Corrupted Peasant could end up working. Imagine a 10 mana cost Peasant with the same ability, but it had more follow-up. And also had like a good final trait and everything. Like that would actually be a fun troop to use. Because Peasant's probably in like my top 10 for like funnish troops to use in the entire game. As far as like standalone troops, not exactly team combos specifically, but just like standalone troops. But the problem is it's so viable and unviable in the current state of PvP. The only location where the stat line is good enough to use it is Arena. In every other context, it just doesn't work because its stats just don't work. But if they were to adjust its traits and give it more follow-up on a mythic version, while still keeping it a low mana cost, it could actually become one of the best mythics in the game. Because there's a lot of movement on the board that only he can do. Like, literally no other troop in the game can do it. And it leads to a lot of fun gameplay. Because he plays drastically different, but you normally can't use him because he's just not good. But if they ever made the troop good, then you can use the mechanic. It's not that it's not good, it's just the cost of using him compared to Thrall is just not worth it. Like if Peasant was as good as Thrall, then yes. Is it better to farm PvP or explore for gnomes? It is better to do explore for sure. One benefit of doing in PvP though is you get pet gnomes. You can only get pet gnomes in 2 locations, PvP and Arena, and PvP normally being the better location of the 2 to farm them. However, if you're not specifically after pet gnomes, like for example tomorrow you can't even really farm them because we have a 24-hour pet the entire day. But if you're not interested in pet gnomes, then your best bet is just to do explore. Do I know what day you'll stream Triangle Strategy? Oh yeah, I'll probably be finishing that tomorrow and or Thursday. I want to go finish that out. I don't think we're going to be able to finish all of it on next stream, but I do want to try finishing it tomorrow and Thursday. Because I want to get the game completely finished. And I think that's going to take 2 streams. We might be able to do it in 1 stream, but I'm not sure how much longer we have. Like, we're about to do one of the most decisive fights, probably the entire storyline at the beginning of next stream. But I'm not sure how much more there is beyond that, because I have a feeling they're going to find a way to keep going. Even though it almost seems like one of the most conclusive fights of the entire storyline, I am pretty sure they will still find a way to milk it for another 5 chapters. Because some kind of tangent will happen from this fight that will lead to like this another final arc. I am pretty sure. Can you get gnomes on casual PvP? Yes. Both normal PvP and casual PvP both give gnomes. So one of the easier ways to do it, for example, if you're hunting pet gnomes, is to go to casual PvP, keep repicking it until your lowest fight is something you can easily kill, and then one-shot it with like a Phoenicia or Rowan build or something similar. Yes, that is the quickest way to farm pet gnomes in the entire game. One way to make it even quicker is if you have a low PvP rating, you don't actually gain PvP rating while doing casual PvP, but the things you match up against are based on your PvP rating. So if you deliberately keep a very low PvP rating in a given week, like 500 or something similar, you will get very easy opponents at a higher rate than if you made it higher. Like the amount of weaker players you'll get if your rating is at like around 500 compared to if it was at like 2,000, 3,000 or something. If you were at 500, you get way weaker opponents. And as you're doing casual PvP, your rating doesn't go up. So you permanently keep that lower amount. The only problem with this method is it cannot be done on Guild War weeks, because assuming you're participating in Guild War, which you likely are, doing Guild Wars increases your rating, because that counts as PvP battles. So it can be done on any non-PvP week. So for example, this week. But something like next week, you wouldn't necessarily be able to do it, because you're going to gain rating from PvP. And while you still could do it, it's more efficient when you have low rating, because it increases the frequency that you'll see super easy enemies to quick kill in casual PvP. And the reason you want to do casual PvP is, of course, it only costs 10 gold to repick casual PvP, or 50, whatever it is. Whatever it is basically 0. But yeah, 50 gold, whereas obviously this costs 1 gem, and that is way too expensive. You want to spend basically 0 gold to do it instead. Because 1 gem, while that sounds like not a lot, that adds up very quickly if you're clicking that like hundreds of times. So you normally want to do it in casual PvP since it's basically free. Because the battles that you're doing will already be giving you more gold than the amount of repicks you're doing. So you're still gaining gold. Just a low amount of gold. Catch you later, Ricardo. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, we're probably calling it a wrap for the night soon, too. I think we might go for 1 more chest. Not sure how close we are to next chest, but we'll go for 1 more chest. Hope for something good. Overall, pretty bad for Mimic loot, though we haven't really gone for much grinding this stream. Tomorrow we'll definitely be a bit more focused on that, because we don't have really any side thing to do. So next stream is going to be probably primarily focused, because I don't even need to take the pet. We already have it maxed and everything, too. But yeah, tomorrow will definitely be focused a bit more on the Mimic side. And hopefully we'll finally get something juicy. Still trying to find that Mythic. It's out there somewhere. I want to try to get it before next patch. It wouldn't be too big a deal if we don't, but I really do want to see if we can. Because we got at least a couple weeks before next patch. Ah, no Mimic. Ah, nothing good. It hurts. But we'll continue to grind later. Do pet gnomes appear in Guild Wars? No. Gnomes cannot appear in Guild Wars. It is a gnome-free area. Gnomes appear in most areas, but anywhere that's considered like a difficult area that needs to stay difficult cannot have gnomes. All the locations that have gnomes, well, the best 2 are Explore and PvP, but a full list is PvP, Arena, Explore, Challenges, Quest Lines, oddly enough, and Daily Adventure Board. Unless I forgot one, every other location does not have gnomes. So things like World Event doesn't have gnomes, Guild War doesn't have gnomes. Basically, any guild event in existence doesn't have gnomes. Things like the Bounty Hunter this weekend doesn't have gnomes. Basically, if it's an event, it doesn't have gnomes. And if it's like a daily, for the most part, with the exception of Dungeons and Underworld, it gives you gnomes. Those are the only 2 that are considered under like the daily category. Best kingdom for farming gnomes. Probably Center Mirage overall. It depends what method you're doing. Main reason I say Center Mirage is if you happen to have the Ironhawk team, though you can also run Rowan here. But if you happen to have the Ironhawk team, it kills it like literally instantly. And by literally instantly, I mean quite literally instantly. Where we click 1 button and they die. Oh, they do have 10% stats this week, so you might need to do... if this place has a bonus, you might want to go to Wild Plains. I believe Wild Plains is still one-shottable. Unfortunately, it's on a higher difficulty right now, so I do need to go repick it real quick. Because I think we did some other objective here earlier. However, this is the other alternative, because the other place has some bonus this week. So you might not be able to actually one-shot it with a 20 damage Ironhawk. Though you could easily do it with Rowan. Rowan's the next alternative, like, you know, a standard like Rowan and power kind of team. But if you have access to this, this is the quickest win in existence. that has ever existed in the game. You click one button basically to win. Technically it's 2 buttons, but there we go. And this can be done in most optimally in either Cinder Mirage or Wild Plains. Used to be in Blackhawk too, but I believe they got one troop that makes it not possible now, or at least way slower. So you normally want to do Cinder Mirage or Wild Plains now, which is kind of convenient when we had like a little triangle here. But now it's just these two. Eventually, both of them might finally have something that won't make it possible. But right now, Wild Plains and Cinder Mirage are the best two for that setup. But if you don't have like the Ironhawk build, you could do like a Rowan build. Oh, you can still do Sunbird Firebomb. Sunbird Firebomb would still work. But yeah, you could do like Sunbird Firebomb. You could do Rowan Leprechaun, which is the most ideal one these days for like lower level range ones. And if you have some super late game stuff, you could do double Ironhawk with the double Empower with the Dust Devil, or you could do triple Ironhawk with Dust Devil like we just did. What's the Rowan build for one shot? Oh, it's this one right here. You can actually do this at a higher difficulty if you want. It's this one right here. It does explore 2 to 4. Actually, this isn't the correct builds. This one normally changes. Actually, let me do a Mirage Queen. Mirage Queen's easier to get. So let me show the Mirage Queen version. Mirage Queen you get from Sunken Fleet. So you can just throw Chaos Shards there. It's easier to obtain. And weapon can be pretty much anything as long as it doesn't block Rowan. So I'm just going to put a Black Manacle there. And the banner is this one over here. Where is it? The double blue-green. And class, normally Archer, it's pretty flexible. You can pretty much put any class here that you want to level. So if there's any hero classes you don't have maxed, just put that as your hero class and you'll get EXP for it. Because this team is very flexible to what hero class it has, so you can just level whatever you want. I'm just using an Archer here because it's Green Storm. But you can put absolutely anything there that you want to level that you don't already have at 100. And you just keep doing this over and over again. This is about 50% slower than the Dust Devil build, but it's still very quick. It's also the quickest team that can run low-level Explore that uses 0 mythics. Actually uses technically 0 legends. Mirage Queen is a legend, and technically Black Manacle as well. But they're super ultra easy to obtain legends. Black Manacle is from leveling up your hero. You probably already have it laying around. And Mirage Queen you can get from Sunken Fleet within anywhere from about 100 to a few hundred Chaos Shards. Or if you're really unlucky, maybe up to 1,000. But you could farm that in like a week. So it's not that bad. Anyways, what was the other question? Do you have strategy for collecting cursed gnomes quickly, constantly restarting the match? Looking for... No. You can't actually do that. I believe used to be a thing, but it's been patched out of the game. Like the constant reset method thing to try to find gnomes. The best way to try to do it while running a Palooza would be to just farm it for like half the time. And then once you hit like the 8 or 7 minute mark, just wait until you find a cursed gnome, then sit for until the timer expires. Because the way that it works is once you find a mimic in a Gnomapalooza, you can sit for the rest of the timer, then finish the battle after the timer's gone up, and then you get the full loot for the cursed gnome. So if you find one at, let's say, the 10-minute mark, you sit around for like 5 minutes, wait until the timer fully expires, and then you finish the battle, and then you get the full loot from the cursed gnome, the full 10 to 15 shards. So that's the main method that you could do for it. The exact point that you can stop can pretty much be any point. Normally you want to keep farming, but if you see it at like the 3-minute mark, or with 12 minutes remaining, while it's not advised to camp it the entire time, if you really, really wanted to, you could, and stop doing the map after only 3 minutes, or the Gnomapalooza, and then just wait it out. If the thing that you most cared about was his runes, I would not advise doing that. Normally you want to wait till the later half, like at least like halfway through, before you just sit there. It is one of the reasons why we have a timer up whenever we do them as well. It's mostly to make sure that once 15 minutes have gone by that we know to end, or to have a battle ready and then end it. Because you can do it for anything. It's not just cursed gnomes. You can do it for glory gnomes and other stuff. Obviously, it's most noteworthy for glory gnomes, as they're one of the biggest beneficiaries of the mechanic. However, it can be done with any gnome. It doesn't have to be just that. Though, of course, things that only give 1 do not get affected by it. So, for example, if you're going to get a Vault Key drop or something similar, those don't end up increasing at all. But any of them that get, like, diminishing return because of the mechanic that they have that, like, brings the loot down, you can end up just waiting it out and then getting the full loot from it, which is the most noteworthy for cursed gnomes. But that's the main way that you would do it. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to be heading out for now. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. As per usual, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. Tomorrow will mostly just be getting the pets and maybe finishing up World Event a bit. And then rest of the time, we're going to be grinding a Mimic, and hopefully we'll actually get one. And have our normal code as always, and go from there. Anyways, I hope Logic Slayer had a wonderful birthday. I hope all of you had a wonderful day, and I will catch you all tomorrow or whenever I see you again. Enjoy your week, And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching. And also, 6-year anniversary of the channel this Saturday. I'm still not sure what we're doing for it, though. I definitely need to go cover some guide videos because that'll be fun to have for it. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do a longer stream. I honestly don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, do let me know. It's in like a few days from now, and honestly, I have no actual plan other than we'll probably cover some guide videos I've been meaning to do for quite some time now, and I do want to get those up. But aside from that, I don't have any actual plans yet. Well, we'll probably do something for it, obviously. The 60th anniversary channel, I gotta do something. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, and goodbye, everyone.